Welcome back to Suladan Plays Dark Dreams, RHN. Last time, we found and dealt with the second head of the dragon, and then found out there's a third one, and found out there's a map. The map appears to be accurate, by the way. I kind of stared at a screenshot of it in post while I was going through the editing for last time, and, yeah. So let's see, it should be... This is not the door I need, is it? Nope. Nope. I need the one over here. Why did I walk past the door I needed? Basically, it put me back at the save point over here. So, like, that's why I'm having to backtrack a little to where we were. We came through here, used the health thing, and then jumped. And then if my understanding is correct... I may just overlay the map. I'm gonna be honest. Just overlay it onto the, you know, the game footage once in a while as need be. So that puts us up here, which there shouldn't be anything to the right, assuming I'm reading the map correctly. I may not be reading the map. Oh my goodness, there's more than one. Never mind, that symbol is in more than one places, so... No? If that symbol leads to there, there's nothing to the right of it. You know what? I'm not... Oh, why are you in my path? Not a word. Not one word. Oh, there's a third place where that symbol is. So this one connects to that one, and then those other two must be connected. So yeah, there is a rightmost thing to that, and that does lead us right back to the starting area, but it's in a way that I can't deal with because I don't want the key thing. So I'm trapped in this little loopish thing of an area here. That leads to... where I poked at that machine and had to deal with all the floating heads, so I'd rather not deal with that again. This leads to the room full of keys, which I have all the keys I could ever need. I need white keys. The forest, all three of them. But where is the forest? See, my thought would be that I would need to use that elevator thing to loop back, and then go to an area that I haven't been before. Because that door right there to the right, based on the map, it leads to the end. Okay. Is he calling this the forest? I doubt it, because that just wouldn't really fit. Why did I go through all the trouble of shooting them before? I'm just going through here to be sure. Yeah, this machine's already interacted with. And since I didn't waste any bullets and there's a health station, I can, safely do this. Those little black particles that are floating around are explosive. I find that neat. I also think that that's how I was supposed to deal with them last time, instead of shooting at them and spawning lots of floating heads. But, you know, learning. Okay, so let's try going this way. Let's ignore that and just keep going. Key blocks. That aggravates me. I can jump almost over them and it won't just won't let me finish the jump. Just making sure I haven't missed anything obvious. I probably have, but this is why we go back. That's where I entered. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm one block over from the starting area. But that eyeball block won't do its thing. See, it's like invulnerable to everything I have. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Ho! Ho! Wait. I may have figured something out. No, not this one. No, I need too many buttons. Too many buttons in weird configurations. That key. Look. I hit L and I fire out a key. Glad I have 99 of them. Watch me run out. Anyway, I'm gonna see if that lets me get past these blocks, and if so, then there's not 3 of them. Well, now I'm trapped. At least there's no delay on that, so like they're easy to get rid of. Oh, these are the white keys that are in the forest. So these are the key blocks he is talking about. So you mean this whole time I could have shot myself in the foot by accidentally hitting the L key and throwing one of the important keys away? Or did that... Oh, never mind. 10 to 1. That's only just gotten when I went past those, the white things. And got the ability, because it showed a key, but I didn't have a clue what it was trying to tell me. Minor critique. Game should tell me that I've gotten something, that pressing the L key now does something. Generally in a game, when you get a new ability, as the player, you don't know what the ability is. Sorry, let me rephrase that a little more clearly. When a player gets a new ability in a game, generally you do something to, have the little pop-up that says press whatever to do whatever, or otherwise you show them the character doing the ability and then leave it to them to figure out how to do it. Both ways would be applicable, but just showing me the key, I knew there was something key related, but, it wouldn't have occurred to me to hit that button. So presumably now what the game wants me to do is go back through the game world to those key doors that I previously couldn't get through, because now I have the ability to throw the keys, and I have 99 keys, so I shouldn't have to come back here to restock on keys. And, away we go. I'm gonna go to the first one, which will be just to the right of here, and then we'll explore from there. Okay. Just don't jump there, don't jump there, don't jump there. Yay, what's over here? So this is one of the forests. Sorry if I don't sound more excited. Getting kind of confused. Also, shout out to War RSX, who really wants me to play this game more, and I greatly appreciate that. Are you an enemy? Oh, hello, Autumn.
I'm Autumn. Welcome to my forest. Are you looking for white keys? There's one in this region. But beware, it's tricky. Don't be surprised, but some walls are invisible. But you are too, almost. And don't touch the doppelgangers. You might die in an instant. It's not safe.
Don't touch the who now? That's a lot of new rules to be throwing at me all at once. Okay, that I don't like. I don't approve. Oh, okay, well, I'm kind of... I like the idea of using transparency. I'm concerned that making the player character transparent, though, isn't... Well, relying a lot on transparency can lead to eye strain. Like, right here, I'm having to rely solely on my little jump particles to show me where I'm at. Mainly when you're in front of trees. There's a little tiny me. Oh, that's precious. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Oh, little tiny me. Okay, I see what I need to do. A little aggravating, but... Oh, there's a big me. So that's a white key. And I am extremely thankful for the fact that you gave me a means to get out of there without going through it again. You found the key.
Now find the next one. Go to the station first. It will be faster, I guess.
By station, do you mean town or the train? Because the map that... Well, there is one room, 2 back from the train, that I don't think we went to... No, that one had a big pipe thing that I couldn't jump up to, didn't it? I don't know anymore. Very nice map. Be nice if it, you know, overlaid it in the game somewhere. Like if I went to the pause menu. You've got a lot of pause menu not being used. Like a lot of the screen. Would be neat. Okay, so if we go left from here... Ugh. I don't really know where I have been with 100% certainty. That works. Good. So we are 1 to the right of the start. So if... Yeah, now I'm watching the map more than I am the game. This is funny. Town should be 1 further right. I'm just gonna jump cut to wherever we need to be and, you know, give you the relevant information to find it, because there's gonna be a lot of walking. And if you haven't noticed yet, the player character walks really slow. This is where a sprint ability would be all the more useful. Don't play that bell at me when there's no enemy, making me think I'm under attack. Was there something key related here? I don't want to deal with you, lady. Me think purpose of existence, me hard think. Iterative parable, hydroplant umbrella, me close. Me head hurts. Maybe just having maps in certain places that you would check, just like the You Are Here one. There could have been neat. I don't know. A lot of things that could have been done with that, and I don't really know what would be best. I think it's neat that a map was given at some juncture. Not complaining about that. I'm just fascinated by all the possibilities. Okay. And presumably, we can't go back down into the pipes. I mean, that's always been kind of a... Thus far, that's been a thing. I would assume it remain a thing. I don't want to go that way. Good. Can't go in the pipe still. I wasted a bunch of ammo trying to get through there. So we're -2 bullets so far. That is not good. Just 3 keys and 2 bullets. Okay, that leads down into the 8-bit place, but I should be able to go over here now. Let's see if I can... There we go. Now I jump. Don't waste keys. No, you're wasting... You're wasting keys, sir. Not... Whoa, why are you floating up there? Shoot. Keep expecting that thing to, like, open like it's an eye. It's going to kill me. Oh. Hi, Autumn.
I'm Autumn. Welcome to my forest. Are you looking for white keys? There is one in this region. But beware, it's tricky. Don't be surprised, but this region is a maze. You'll have to walk a lot. Sorry, but it's good for your health. It's safe, too.
I don't like the... Oh. Okay, that's a pretty background. I don't quite know how you're going to... Oh, that's how you're going to set up a maze. Okay. As long as each room looks sufficiently... What exactly purpose was that serving? I'm guessing those are lethal. You know what? Yep, those are lethal. Why is it all considered one area? It didn't send me back to where I thought it was going to send me. Sometimes this game plays sounds in the backgrounds that worry me. Really? Okay, so we're down to 84 keys. Try the second entrance. Second entrance was a trap. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a trap, it was just a time waster. As maze pathways often do. Kicking me out to the entrance of the maze. Better not be like a hidden entrance behind key blocks, because, you know, when you have limited key block removal ability, you don't wanna waste that. You know what? That's not what I was aiming for. But I can make it work. Did this lead back to where I think it did? Yes, it did. Oh, so help me, if I was on the right path the first time... I've been going out of my way to avoid that first path, but that may have been the correct path. The only path that didn't lead back to the start. Well... I'd shoot you, but it would probably kill me. Oh, the path branches in so many ways. Nope, nope, I know where that leads. Oh, it really better not have pathways that look like other pathways, because then I'm really gonna be up a tree. Oh, I almost jumped too soon on that. Oh dear, this is a new area. The longer it gets, the more pathways there are, and the harder it becomes for me to keep track of them all in my head simultaneously. Yep, and that sent me back to start. So that pathway should be crossed off the list of potential pathways. I mean, at least I only have to keep track of the potential ones. If I can prune off... Oh. Yeah, I went this way. I can prune off any path that is not... I did go through here, right? I said I went to the right. No, I went to the left. Now I'm getting them mixed up. No, did I go this way? Oh, that's not good. I'm getting confused. No. Yes. Yes, this is the one I went last time. This time we'll go to the right. And if it doesn't work, I can cross this whole pathway off. I didn't account for the possibility of it having more rooms. Oh. I mean, I hit a block, so I didn't miss. Yay! Key! There are 2 of the white keys. Oh dear. Okay, so that one's there. I know where the... Yes, I know where the third one's at. And that means if I can get back to the town, I can get back to it quickly because that teleport works in both directions and saves me a whole lot of time. Assuming I can get out of this maze. This maze wasn't merciful like the last one. This one didn't send me back to start. Nope, never mind, I'm out. Hello, Barmy. Are you Barmy number 3? I'm gonna call you Barmy number 3. Got a long way to go, though. Oh my. I forgot about this. You know what? I'm just gonna nope out of this whole shenanigan and walk away. I mean, I could go down there and get a health up, but I've got 96 health. I could go down there and get a save point, but again, that would be pointless. It would make this whole trip take longer. And I would prefer not to, Are you telling me I have to waste bullets to hit that button again? That's not the button I needed. I would probably suggest just making that button remain buttoned forever. I am fascinated that this game, as a Metroidvania, this is the first time I've actually been able to really backtrack through the game. You know, generally, one would be doing a lot more backtracking in a Metroidvania, so it fascinates me where you've got stuff like that I have to waste limited resources to open the door. One could make the argument that there are missile doors in the Metroid games, but given that enemies drop missiles, there's really no, like, you're not going to hit a point where the game just says, nope, you've used the entire missile supply, no more for you. Whereas in this game, aside from the keys, which do appear to be infinite, thankfully, the bullet supply is, to my knowledge, limited. Like, there's a global limit. I mean, assuming there's not one place in the game where bullets just will respawn indefinitely, and I don't know, I haven't really notably seen that yet. Not complaining, just making a note that the game it has minor attributes that could be considered Metroidvania while not being a core Metroidvania. But there is nothing wrong in borrowing attributes from other genres while not being 100% part of that genre. Especially because many of the genres are kind of... You know what? I don't care. Damage me. I know where a health station is. Many of the genres are somewhat vague in their actual attributes. I mean, if you count stuff like action, adventure, side-scrolling, platforming, yada 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 yada, then you really get into a lot of vagueness. Don't you? I ain't wasted a missile for you. I'm doing the... I'm doing the waste 3 bullets and then remember I can jump over maneuver. Yeah, that one. That one's also immune to bullets. The little eyeball has to be hit with what pertains to its portion of the puzzle, and I forgot about that, kind of like the one before that would only be hit by keys. I would likely classify this game as survival horror platformer with some Metroidvania aspects. Especially when you look at the level design room by room, many of the rooms are designed using what I consider to be Metroidvania concepts of you find the exit to the room and then have to backtrack to find the button or mechanism to open the door, but the game world as a whole, aside from this little key hunt, would not fall as much into Metroidvania aside from the fact that we have gotten a couple of weapons. I personally would have, again, suggested having a sprint mechanism, either that or a faster move speed, something to make traveling more, user-friendly. Maybe a double jump, some sort of dodge, I don't know. These are just things that I have grown used to having in Metroidvanias and platformers. And as someone who greatly enjoys mobility, it's one reason I love the Eldritch tree on Sundered, because you just get so much mobility. Like multi-jumps, gliding, flying, grappling, multi-grappling, just all sorts of stuff. But that is a very different style of game. That wasn't what I was aiming for, but I'll take it. Okay, now we're back here. Now I can just warp back down. Oh dear, I do have to backtrack a little more than I thought because that's on the other side of that. Yeah, we gotta go through the train. Really appreciate that telewarper thing. And the fact there's a health station and a save point. It does seem that aside from that one instance, with the whale and the 8-bit area after it, that it is at least harder than I initially gave it credit for to get yourself totally stuck. I do think that the possibility of getting yourself stuck needs to be polished a little bit more, but it's at least not as easy to do as I thought. Then again, I may be coloring my expectations based upon the fact that, I went back and got all the extra bullets. I can go back through here, right? Okay, platform. Oh, why didn't I think to do that in the first place? Yeah, remember you respawn at the leftmost part of the room. You know what, I ain't dealing with y'all. Okay, this is that save point. So next is the train. The train full of eyeball. I forgot about the spikes. This may take a moment longer than I predicted. Ow, not what I was trying to do. Why do you exist here, sir? You make my jumping of spikes very stressful, and I do not approve. Also, don't approve of the fact that sometimes they spawn right under you. Okay, that one spawned in front of me, I'll take that. But you know what? I ain't dealing with it. Ow. You and your exploding spore, get out of my way, exploding doom spore. Wonderful enemy design. But you eventually fall into the point where it costs you resources to kill enemies. and you don't get the resources back. So you will avoid them when possible, and instead take the health penalty, because it's, you know, there's more ways to recover health than there are ammo. Also recently noticed this is a problem with the newer versions of 7 Days to Die. Only 1 in 50 zombies will actually drop any items, so aside from experience grinding, you're kind of encouraged to not mess with them. Used to, I could at least get random clothing or, you know, garbage items, and I like scavenging. I like finding stuff. I don't care if the stuff is useful. Give me my loot drops. Anyway. It just brought up the interesting topic of where the player has to feel rewarded for going after enemies if there is a limited ammo system at play. Because otherwise, you know, avoiding them becomes quite useful. There's a lot of interesting psychology behind it. Survival horrors often play with this by having you have limited... See, you can jump over the spiky ones. I knew it. I knew I had done it before. They often do it by giving you limited ammunition in such a way that you have to think carefully about whether you want to fight or run away from them. Yes, I just made a mistake. Fight or run away from a given enemy. Like in System Shock 2, I hear a rumbler. I've got to think about, you know, what can I get from the rumbler, and is it worth all the ammo I'm going to waste trying to take it down, or the potential death. But it's partly because you are looking at what you have to potentially gain from the fight. I'm going to waste... Oh, this is infuriating. I'm just going to start suiciding and doing this room over. I'm not throwing 60 bullets at this. I use that game as an example a lot for survival horror, because I think in a lot of ways it was survival horror done really well, because of the fact that enemies could and would continue to spawn anywhere. It also intrigues me the way that if you manage to see an enemy spawning, they even made sure to cover their tail on that one. Because they used a teleport animation. Teleporting was an ability, and the big bad of the game had the ability to teleport stuff as a psionic creature. So, you know, I thought it was very neat that they covered that. Usually games just have enemies spawn and hope the player doesn't see it. Okay, doing it the long way may have been a worse idea, but... Hey! We can go do it this way. Never mind, I retract that statement. There we go. But it really played well into the fact that you had to make a decision on whether you wanted to shoot an enemy, try to sneak up and melee them, or avoid them entirely. Because you did have the possibility of getting stuff back from them, which played into the limited ammunition, and...
Anyway, I'm Autumn. Welcome to my forest. Are you looking for white keys? There is one in this region. But beware, it's tricky. Don't be surprised, but this path is a minefield. Read the signs to progress. Be careful, mines are not safe.
I'm gonna guess that either the signs... Okay. I knew it was one or the other. Okay. My initial thought was the signs with no sign on it were where the sign had previously blown up, so there had to be a mine there. Or I guess that would be where there would... Anyway, it is not that. It is... Little sign means it's right to the right of it. Big sign, a little further to the right of it. That sign, a little more to the left of it. That sign, safe. Those are just unburied mines. Circle must mean it's right underneath it. Now that's just playing Minesweeper right there. Oh, I don't approve of some of these. They're just making me nervous. I don't know what the straight up and down line means. Ow. Wait, did I take damage or not? I didn't see the blood animation. Why are there so many mines? No, that one didn't damage me. Okay. Okay, are some of them duds, or am I just really managing to glitch it out? I don't trust none of y'all. None of this shenaniganry. Give me the key. You know, I'm out of here. It should be noted also that I wasn't complaining before about the fact that some enemies were easier to tank. It's just because health and ammo are both resources, sometimes you have to decide which resource is more valuable at the given moment. And in this case, because there's a health station coming up, you know, giving up health in place of ammo is the easier thing to do. But in an initial playthrough, one wouldn't know that there's a healing point coming up, which would affect their decision making. But generally, in the case of the train right here, you know, you're not going to know about the enemies. They'll spawn behind you. You'll get spooked and run. You're generally not going to, you know, see that happen, where I'll end up in the spikes, but I'm not going to stop and try to fight them because they're behind me. Okay, full health, 63 bullets, 4 rockets, and 63 keys. Can I use the keys as weapons? Because I kind of like that they fire quickly and they don't cost health. The little arc trajectory they do also would be interesting for like an emergency weapon, because it gives them a limited range. So, pardon the sudden jump to the future, but this episode ended up taking far longer than intended. It originally was going to just be one big final episode because reasons that you'll see in the next part, but as progress has been made, I'm going to split this into 2 episodes. This one is coming out today, now, well, prior to whenever you clicked this. And for those that are watching it on the day it releases, the other half will come out tomorrow. For those who are watching it in the future, click the next thing in the playlist after you finish this if you want to see it. But you know how the YouTube works by now, I hope. If you don't know how the YouTube works, then I'm sure you can Google it and there's a guide somewhere or figure it out. But in any case, this is going to be kind of a part A and part B. The 3 keys and then 3 head havoc. And, yeah, gonna go ahead and pause here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the patience with me having trouble figuring these things out. And I will see you next time.